Go ahead, April.
Karine, three topics. One, Tennessee.
Three topics?
Yeah.
It's been a while, huh?
Tennessee legislative time has been truncated. What was the president's thoughts about that, as the governor had said that he wanted to move forward with even red flag laws, and now Republicans truncated that time? It was supposed to be longer, a couple weeks longer, and it now ends Friday of this
Can
week.
you say the beginning of the question? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
What are the president's thoughts about the Tennessee legislative assembly time being truncated, cut short, after the governor had said that he wanted red flag laws and maybe even wanted to compromise with some other things, and now it seems like they may get the budget done and nothing else?
Well, look, it is shameful and unfortunate what we see these MAGA Republicans in Congress and across the country in state houses are doing on an issue. Again, I just laid this out for Peter, on an issue that is so important to the American people. Gun violence is an epidemic in our country. It's killing our kids. Guns are the #1 killer of our children, and it's only going up. We should be doing, as adults, we should be doing everything that we can to protect our children. That is on us to do. This is a president that has taken action after action after action to do just that, to protect our community. But as we understand, as you all know, it takes legislation to continue the work. That's why we're asking Congress to do more. That's why we're calling on House of Republicans to do more. And we should see that same type of action in state houses as well.
Next question. Do you know of any movements, any efforts to extradite the suspects in the Shankola Robinson murder?
I don't have any information on that. I would refer you to the Department of Justice.
And lastly, what are the efforts by this administration as the nation is waiting to find out the decision on affirmative action in the Supreme Court? What are the next steps? Because, the thought is that it will be overturned. Affirmative action that could have tentacles not only just in that case, but in the historic Brown v. Board and in other pieces of affirmative action and DEI around the nation.
So what I can say is the president supports making higher education accessible to all Americans. As the Department of Justice argued in court, it is important that our colleagues and universities produce graduates who are from all segments of society, who are prepared to succeed and lead an increasingly diverse nation. The Supreme Court reaffirmed this less than a decade ago in Fisher versus University of Texas at Austin, and it should do so again.
Again, it has tentacles beyond education into the broader society, workplace, into the broader society, workplace, etc. What does the president say about that as he stood to run on equity and inclusion?
And you said it right there, April. He stood to run on equity and inclusion, and he has shown that throughout his administration. One of the first executive orders that he signed was to make sure we saw that type of diversity, that we were leading with diversity in our different agencies and departments, and that is what the executive order one of the first executive order that he signed, make sure that the federal government was leading with that lens and was taking action to make sure that there is inclusion and diversity. So he has walked the talk, and so the president is something that he has always said. He's going to make sure that no one gets left behind. I've talked numerous times about his economic policies. He does that, and any other policies that he's put forward, and make sure that, again, no one gets left behind. That we'll make sure there's inclusion and diversity at the center of everything that he does. I got to